Okay, let's talk Gladiator. So I was going to play Jeskai mid-range. I was going to play Jeskai. And then as I was building a Jeskai mid-range deck, I noticed that I was building it like a boomer, which is normal. That's fine. If I came to you with boomer Jeskai, that would be okay. That would be something that I imagine the audience would enjoy. And I would at least get to go like, haha, Mantis Rider. But my deck was primarily blue-red. And I imagine there's a way to approach this that is primarily blue-red with a little bit of white for, you know, Swords to Plowshares and Mantis Rider and Geist to Saint Traft and like maybe Wandering Emperor or whatever. Like try to avoid double white at 3 and below, which can be a little difficult. And as I'm building this deck, I'm thinking, hey, shouldn't I just be playing blue-red? Like, shouldn't I just be playing blue-red Vroom Zoom? Because this is a list that, is it Dan? I think it was Dan Kids. Dan Kids was playing blue, like a blue-red tempo-ish kind of deck for a while. That was like an aggressive tempo. And oh, what up, Dan Kids? Yeah. And I was like, that's something that can kill people dead and can take advantage of playing like a handful of these broken counter spells. Memory Lapse, obviously. Wait, where did Counterspell go? Counterspell. I put in Make Disappear because I think this card is probably pretty good. There are some suspect cards in here. There are some flex slots in here. But yeah, the overall objective is I play these creatures that are fast or evasive or both. And then I burn out their creatures, counter the ones that I can't burn out, churn through my deck with some of these cantrips, and then maybe we get a Bloodmood on the table. A Witch Stalker's Frenzy. Oh, instead of... I have Nahiri's Warcrafting for that. Witch Stalker's Frenzy can't hit Planeswalkers, right? I don't think it can hit Planeswalkers. It only hits creatures, although it's probably good to play both. I kind of like the fact that this can hit Planeswalkers. Yeah, I mean, Witch Stalker's Frenzy could probably get in here. Maybe it could get in here over Chandra. We got some other cards. There's definitely some flex cards in here. There are a lot of flex slots for this deck because, like, you can take like any number of these cheap creatures that only exist to deal damage. Like this Dreadhorde Arcanist is probably not actually that great. Spreading Seas is something that I'm playing here because it replaces itself and we can just muck people's mana pretty quickly. Like, I'm curious to see how this card is going to function. It is a messed up Magic card, right? Like, this is an effect that they do not print anymore for good reason. And I wonder if this is enough to muddle their mana base. But you know, again, it's a flex slot. We got flex slots. I'm gonna play it for a couple of games, see how I'm feeling, see what changes that I want to make. We can evolve it over time. I didn't actually look at other lists when building this. I just kind of built it from the ground up. Obviously, some cards that are not included in here that feel like they might be obvious inclusions for this color combination. I'm not playing Third Path Iconoclast or Young Pyromancer. I'm just not... I don't think I'm that kind of deck. I'm not that spell dense, you know? And I got some cool cards in here. Yeah, let's give this a shot. I maybe want to add another island to here. Swap this. I have so many red cards though. I could cut Forsaken, or I could cut Fabled Passage. Fabled Passage is probably just not worth it. What if I did this? Let's do that. Got a lot of single red pips. Yeah, I think for something like Jeskai, it's likely a bit better because you're more, you are a mid-range deck that can pivot more into controlling. I call this Izzet mid-range because aggro doesn't feel like a good descriptor. Tempo barely feels like a good descriptor. It's why the stream's name is Izzet beep beep vroom zoom honk honk or whatever it is. Okay, great. Shall we play some Magic the Gathering and start to learn? Start to discover what we can do. That sounds like an okie dokie plan. Holy smokes, that's a queue. Mamagart has priority from last stream, so I'm going to start with him. Mamagart, please fight me. Yeah, maybe another card to deal with. Maybe another card to surpass Metal Gear. To surpass Shieldred. Not the aristocrats. Is it mid-range? Oh, somebody asked about Gladiator. They're like, are we playing Gladiator because the queue is fixed? Or the thing is updated? The answer is yes. Also, Konzatar Gear came out. Have you heard of Konzatar Gear? It's pretty cool. Well, I got a creature and I got a bunch of removal, so I'm going to keep. I think I'd prefer one more creature. But we have 30... We're on 34 creatures. We could also play Shatterskull Summoning. I'm on Jwari Disruption and Spikefield Hazard. Shatterskull Summoning, I mean, it's pretty low cost of inclusion, but realistically, I don't think I'm ever casting it in this deck. We can no longer say when we get fetches. No, we can say when are we going to get the enemy fetches. No music, by the way. Call. Call. Hold up. Hold the phone. No music, by the way? Wait, why aren't you letting me capture OBS? Or VLC? We have music going. We have music going. We have music going. I don't know why I'm so... You don't hear it? Because it's very calm, quiet, ambient music. Eggs, and right now we're on the song that's a very low hum. You can hear it, right? Now it's at 125%. And this is where it was at now. It's just a low hum. Harold Holmes, welcome back for the 44th month. Good joke, streamer. Oh, thank you. I try. I'm trying. Oh my. Speaking of, I've got you on max and it's barely audible. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Oh, Arena's a little choppy. All right, let's draw a fetch land to make this brainstorm really purr. Okay. Or neither of those. You. Abusing magic. And then you. No. I could do this and then this. Unfort. We do have a bunch of burn spells. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna kill this before it eats anything. Now we got a card in the graveyard. It sounds like a fan making I swear to God, people wouldn't be happy until we're just playing like lo-fi beats to chill and objectify Japan to fetishize Japan would have been the better one. Or yeah, Eurobeat. It's either lo-fi beats, or just the... Oh, why'd you kill my thing? Well, they're pretty low on cards. I'm going to chart a course. Heard about Joe Cat? Yeah, you shouldn't dox someone. You shouldn't dox and harass someone just because they're cringe. That's not. That's you know. Let people exist and be a little cringe as a treat. There are a lot of criticism. I've been following that entire thing, and I don't think anybody left that happy. Everybody loses from this scenario. What? Do they charge this or not? It enters with a charge counter. Did they activate this without X? Yeah, they did. I got memed on. We currently have more cards than my opponent, which is good. And I have this Chandra that can kind of take over the game, which is also good. We have answers to whatever they play. I mean, this one, we just have to let it rock. Now they're out of cards. Oh. Monkey. A black market connections. Okay. So now I can play Chandra. Yeah, that whole thing is just like, I can't believe it went on for as long as it did in the first place. And then it just had a conclusion that everybody hated. Like, it was just, it was shitty. Obviously, shittier for Joe Cat. Because why the fuck would you dox someone over a cartoon like that? Like, the internet is not a place of honor. I think I want to play the Bloodthirsty Adversary with the kicker. So I think I'm going to just Chandra here. I want to tick up the Chandra to get it out of Hive the Eye Tyrant range. They have a land. Davriel. I think you can make a criticism about that kind of movie or that kind of video and that kind of content without also, you know, without being a complete shithead. Like, there is something to say about creating a video that is objectively just saying, I like women's boobs, and then hiding and then having it behind like a small bean kind of visage. Like, that is still very, like, it's not, it's this version of like, hey, I'm a male feminist. No, I mean, it is. It isn't that though. It kind of is. I don't want to get into this because I imagine my take is not exactly going to line up with what people are saying. And again, now is not the time to exactly take a side that is like, I don't want to talk about this after this guy just had a bunch of horrible shit happen to him. I think there is a larger discussion to have about that kind of content and that kind of stuff being produced, where ultimately the end thing is like, it's whatever. It's nothing, you know? I didn't even see what the conditions are. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Okay, I don't really care about that. So I could Ragavan this. I could Bloodthirsty Adversary to get that. Because we can get this, and then I can cast a free spell. I think that's what I'm doing. I think that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Ooh, I can Molten Impact, or I could Prismari Command. Prismari Command lets me kill it and then also get a treasure token, so I can potentially abrade. Molten Impact's gonna make Ragavan more scary moving forward. A little scary, or it can make the Brazen Borrower scary. What do I care about? This lets me put pressure, lets me keep up Brazen Borrower. I think I'm doing this. Cast this. Deal 2, make a treasure. Choose 2, target this. But it was, in a way, about objectifying women's bodies. Specifically, it's not necessarily a celebration. You know, I don't want to get into this. there's just way too much, and it's not the time. It's not the time. This shit has been rehashed way too much. But yeah, it's not great. But ultimately, again, the only thing that should really be at the top around that topic, the only thing that should really be, you know, passed around is that doxing is incredibly fucked up, and especially over shit like that. Ooh. So I can monkey them and then I can fable them, and I think I like to do that. I think I want to do that. Oh. Ooh. Well, I could play Kalidas. Kalidas is pretty strong here. It also gives me... Yeah, I'm going to play Kalidas. This is going to get returned. What a traitor. That's what you get. Ooh, Dark Ritual. We got a big thing. We got a Loth. And we got that. But none of this kills Chandra, and I'm going to ult Chandra. Gotta do this. I'm going to cast a monkey. I'm going to deal 5. I'm going to cast a Fable the Marebreaker. I'm going to deal 5. Great. We still I think we had a Braid and Brazen Borrower from like turn 2. Against mono black, the Spreading Seas seems less great. Robber the Rich I like. Grim Lavamancer I like. Although it's not at its best here. Mulliganing feels bad in this matchup. I think I keep this. I think I keep... Because they're more mid-range than anything. Ooh. I don't think I play Lavamancer on 1, though. Ooh. Well... I think I'm going to Spreading Seas on your swamp. Now you only have 1 swamp. The orb? Orb's kind of hot. God, it was such a fast orb. I want to lose some life. I'm going to lose... Ooh. I can brainstorm. Don't really... Well, if I brainstorm into Lavamancer, the fetch, I could also get this Robber the Rich down. I can get this Earthshaker Kenra down. I can go Earthshaker Kenra into Restless Spire, which makes my mana pretty alright. I kind of want to get this Lavamancer on the field, though, now that they have a Shieldred's Assimilator. Let's brainstorm, because if we draw a fetch, it's pretty hot. Okay, well, I can opt some of this stuff away. I could go Lavamancer. Lavamancer and Bolt. I could keep up. I think I want to keep up this make disappear this turn. We already have. I think I'm putting back Steam Vents and putting back Opt. No, I might cast Opt if I don't do this. I like keeping these three in my hand. I don't think I'm playing this Lavamancer, so I think I'm going Steam Vents Lavamancer. Do I want to protect Lavamancer? Steam Vents Robber the Rich. Let's go Steam Vents Robber the Rich. And like that. Play this. Pass. I could also bolt this and then Opt. Get rid of this. I don't mind if I have to redraw them again, but, you know. Con Sorin. That card used to be like sleeper, very strong. But I don't know if it has stood the test of time. Like that +1 is huge life swing. You're going to make another swamp in your top 5. Top 5 swamps of all time. Number 1, Urborg. Number 2, Library of Alexandria under Urborg. Number 3, Urza's Saga under Urborg. And I'm going to counter this. Herb Orb. Herb Orb. Yeah, I'll lose life. Let's Opt, because I don't really want this. We are getting orbed here. I would like some anti-orb technology, please. That's a good magic card. Although I don't have triple red to be able to do everything. I could Darcy plus Bolt this. I feel like I want a Darcy plus Bolt. Or I could Lavamancer plus Bolt, then I lose my Darcy activation. Or my Darcy trigger. I'm going to go Darcy and then keep up Bolt. We're getting cards out of their hand, which I guess is pretty okay. Although this orb is going to slowly just like tick towards us dying if I can't find something to get rid of it. Malcolm. What am I doing with my mana next turn? I'm playing Earthshaker Kenra. I don't think I want Malcolm. Yeah, we have a Braid. We have some cards to get rid of. Orb. I think I have to start letting my opponent draw a card. I'm at 10. On top of the line. Yeah, one more time. Aha. All right. Land. Kenra. Robber of the Rich. I can also Odawara this orb if it gets out of hand. But the problem is that, like, even once it starts... I mean, I can let them draw a card. But even once it starts ticking up to a scary spot, it's like resetting it doesn't do much. They can kill my Kenra if it's hitting the Liliana. So now the question is, do I want to develop this Lavamancer? I've held it on, like... I've held it in my hand for a while. Kind of like getting the land to attack the Liliana. I also have the Restless Spire, so maybe it's not as big as a deal. Yeah, I'm going to play this Grim Lavamancer. It's bad if they play a board wipe. Yeah, game 1, I think we got there off the back of them being like more creature focused and mid-range. Right, I lose. Yeah, we can't beat this card now. Draw a card. Ooh. Can't cast this card. Oh, I could have maybe booted this up too, right? You get, it has first strike, yeah. I was thinking of, looking at this card, I'm like, what was I thinking of? And I was thinking of, is it Keystone or Key Rune? Dr. Magnify, welcome back for the 5th month. Glad to have you. Good to see you. How you doing? How you been? Oh no. Yeah, don't ask me why I thought about the Key Rune. Probably because the Izzet Key Rune also just makes it into, it costs black and a red. Andre the Improv DM back for the 11th month. Missed the facial hair. Happy to see Gladiator again. Well, I got some bad news for you. I don't know if I'm going to have facial hair for a long time. Like I like the clean shaven look. That doesn't kill that. All right, I'm dead. No way. Embrace shaving. Shaving's great. I do need to shave as well. I haven't been shaving the past couple days, but I do need to. Big fan. Also, big fan. I think big guys need to shave more too. That's my hot take. I understand why they don't, but I want to see more clean-shaven big guys out there. Your chin, your schmin, you know? Ooh, do I keep this? If we draw a red or another land, it's so good. If I don't draw a land, I'm not doing anything. Am I mulliganing here? I'm gonna mulligan here. This I'll keep, but I won't be happy with it. Bottom that. Develop my mana, have all my colors. Also don't get Blood Mooned. I spent so much time getting it here. Can I keep your mustache? Yeah, you can keep your mustache. That's fine. My beard sucks. Clean shaven big guy it is. It's, yeah. I understand. As a fellow big guy, I understand the whole not wanting to shave. The comfort of the beard and all that. But you know, it's so freeing. This card should probably not be in the deck. It's so freeing. It's kind of like taking your shirt off at the pool, you know? When you're a fat guy and you're like, I don't know if I want to take my shirt off at the pool. People are going to know that I'm a fat guy. It's like, well, they already know you're a fat guy. Once you get past that, which is no easy task, I will admit, but once you get past that, my God, is it freeing. Yeah, I guess I'm playing this. Keeping up counterspell. I didn't want to counter this because we can just kill it with a burn spell that we draw. We have plenty of things to deal with this. And I feel like I can count... What? Yeah, that's fine. Interesting. Yeah, I get having a... You know... Ooh, yeah, that's a good counter target. I get having a beard if you want to stay warm. It's actually not that bad. It's, I mean, mind you, I'm not in the coldest of climates, you know. Okay. We cast another spell. We snapcaster. We snapcaster counterspell it. Ooh. Nice rat. And then we get ourselves a burn spell. Ledger Shredder. Chart a course. Loot. This idiot bird's probably not gonna cut it. Draw 2. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Dreadhorde Arcanist, I feel like you need the support of like a bunch of different 1 mana spells because like the density of good 1 mana spells is just not there. You know? Oh. Gonna field a ruin my land? God, I wish they field a ruined my land. Alright, we get to do this. 5 damage to a creature and I draw cards. What do you do when you're specialized? What? I want the red one, right? Well, uses my mana. Go to pass. Okay, they got a couple of cards in hand. Could really go for, I mean, Blood Moon would be kind of fine to deal with that Crawling Barrens eventually. Ahoy, Depth, and Bread of Seth. How you doing? No, my treasure cruise. My treasure cruise, right? I think you gotta take this cruise. It's a draw 3. You might want to take Lelia though. Lelia is pretty good into their board. But like that does kind of put you in an awkward spot where the cruise is just gonna like also give me card advantage. I kind of like taking the cruise, but you know. So now they get an end beginning of their upkeep. I get drained. Okay, I think I can probably kill them before then. Ooh. I could pay 2 and pitch this. Do I want to pitch the blue to lock down the thing? I am broad, not bred. Oh, the depth and breadth of Seth. I was going to say, the depth and breadth seemed very off. It was, I mean, look, when it comes to usernames, you can't really, you can't act like it's like, oh, of course it's this, because then, you know, you run into people that have names that are all over the place. And that's fine. That's the beauty of twitch.com. Yeah, give me this Strangle. I want to cast Strangle, targeting this. And then I want a Treasure Cruise. All aboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Snapcaster's there. I don't have another way to get back Flame of War, nor. Do obviously want to keep the spells high. 5. I mean, 6, 7. 7. Yeah, let's just do that. Bow, bow, bow. Okay, we found an answer to their Crawling Barrens. Now I'm really wishing that I left the Flame of an Orc, because that's a wizard. That's a wizard. I forgot about this card, even though I cast it last game for a 3 mana card, nonetheless. Ooh, yeah, this is Gladiator. Cost 2 less if there are 2 or more instants and sorceries. I believe there are. So I could activate this, or I could just Blood Moon plus Mercurial Spelldancer. This puts on a lot of pressure. I think I just want to do this plus Spelldancer, though. They've made my Blood Moon even stronger. We're not out of it yet. This thing is slowly trickling down, and we don't have any removal. I can Blood Moon and specialize, but like I could also use my mana to develop another thing, which is going to do more damage long term. And who knows? I might want to specialize into blue depending on what they play, right? Obviously, if we get Meathook Massacred, it's not great, but we have recovery tools. Got a thing you want to bring back? You could bring back your rat. You could bring back your rat. The rat came back. Or are you just going to make a zombie? Okay. Ooh. Oh. I am going to destroy an artifact and deal 2 to a thing. Deal 2 to this, and I'm going to destroy this. Is this on attack or deal combat damage to a player? Okay. So I can send 6 this way. If I want to play this, I could specialize this into 3, then send 6 that way for them. I lose the triggered ability on this. Opponent. I don't think I'm playing you. I don't need to do this. So why am I doing this? Just gonna play this out. Did my Gates deck use Spelunky enchantment? I did use Spelunky enchantment. That was a hell of a draw. Magic the Gathering, everybody. Magic the Gathering. Okay, well, do I want a Bloodthirsty Adversary here? Lets me Sleight of Hand, but I kind of want to get it with the Strangle. I'm going to play this Illuminator. I'm going to exile a creature. Why won't you let me play a land? Had to be Meathook Massacre. Uh-huh. Okay. Don't really want to Mephit's Enthusiasm that. I think I just Sleight of Hand. Because now we're in a spot where it's about cards mattering. Memory Lapse is so good right now. If we can untap with it. I'm going to kill the sludge. I just need my opponent to brick like one turn. That would be very nice. No, please stop. I'm begging you. Like, what can they get? They can get back Misery Shadow and Predatory Sludge. Yeah. That Meat Hook Massacre, huh? I could just not play. Oh, and they drew Grave Titan. Yeah, I'm off it. I'm off it. You think they gained too much life? I think they drew Meat Hook Massacre on the one turn that they need to draw it. I mean, if it's another Wrath, it's fine because we have a bunch of pressure, but that one specifically is not great. Yeah. And then obviously drawing into Grave Titan, or drawing into a Planeswalker that gets you Grave Titan. It's pretty bad. And I don't think I want to save the memory lapse. Given the information that they had, they would get like sludge or whatever. I don't think I want to. I mean, we could memory lapse the creature that they get and smack them. That's probably a little bit better. But also, you know, getting Grave Titan's pretty good. How do I win this game? I take 6. It enters tapped. Or untapped, excuse me. Because it's a mountain. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's tilting. Oh, that's tilting. I gotta stop playing these matches. I gotta stop having first matches of the day being tilting. It doesn't set a good tone for the rest of the day. Like, I don't think I should play that the 2/2, but it does play into the creature plan. Like, if they have a creature there, I want to have that 2/2 on the board because then I can just kill them that turn. Oh, it had to be Meat Hook. It had to be Meat Hook Massacre. Quick, let's ban Meat Hook Massacre. All right. I forget who I was set to play as well. There's a priority queue. I have it saved somewhere. Think we maybe should have strong-armed with MON. I think controlling the board the way we did leads to fewer spots where we get blown out by single target cards, you know? Like, if we go really aggressive with MON, then I think we just start losing to spot removal. Whereas we keep up the pressure and we control the board and we don't lose to... we put ourselves into a spot where we're not losing to anything except for a Wrath that gains them a bunch of life, you know? That's the thing. It was the life gain. It wasn't just the Wrath. It was the life game, you know? Yeah, that was pretty bad. Wormy, please fight me. Please. Yeah, the play with fire would have won me the game if it was any other Wrath. No, I think it was the fact that it was exactly the Wrath of God with the life gain that kind of cooked me. Like, there are other plays that I mean, there's always other things that you can do, but I like the controlling the board. I like not committing a card to the MON because then we are still up on cards and we are getting, like, it means that if we do get Wrath or if we, like, if spot removal just ends up being drawn by our mono black opponent, like, it feels like we have more game to play. Sure, I love mono red. It's probably Kari Zev. I mean, if my mono black opponent played Settle the Wreckage, that would also be not great. I think I'm playing this. Because if they don't kill it, then I get to just transform it. Ooh, Inti. Yeah, I'm just going to transform this. And then this card's like impossible to get off the table. Yeah. We're going to get hit for a bunch. They've already played their land and stuff. So I'm cool with this. So many cards. We drew a land, but who knows? We might be able to get one off this. Ooh. Ooh. That was a good hit. That was also pretty strong. If I can find... Get hit for 4. Do I want to on-crop here? I think I want a Geist Blaster. On-crop, I think I want the surprise on-crop to kill you. Or kill you with this. Instant sorcery creature. We need to get a land in our graveyard. Fuck it, we ball. That lets me flash back the lightning strike. Does that matter? No, on crop's the way to go. They already used their bolt. Depends on what I see. If they play 2 blockers and I on-crop, do I want to die? If I block like this, I'm not dying to anything, but if they kill my Darcy, then it's bad. If I don't block, I die to a shock. But if I block... I don't die to a pump spell either. I'm going to block. I'm going to make the call and block. Alright. The beep beep mirror match. Jesus. Wormy and I have buses to catch. We need to... we gotta go. It's not the same bus, but you know. We've got to get out of here. Yeah. It's like a controlling hand. Don't Rogabon me so I can develop my mana. Stop. I'm begging you. Stop. Let me develop my mana. I'm begging you. I think it's probably better to play a magic card than to not. Even if next turn that means instead of developing Fable, we have to Abrade plus develop our mana. Karlach. Is this one of the characters that people are getting hot and horny over in Baldur's Gate? Yes. Okay. Jesus. Big fire lady? Yeah, that's true. She has a third leg about her body size. Sorry, when you say third leg, are you saying that she has a very large penis? Because I can understand the appeal then. In the fan... Oh, there's fan art of her. I see. I mean, of course there would be fan art, but... I like discarding Kenra for value. I kind of like discarding Birthday Escape. Maybe I should just discard this, because Birthday Escape works really well with Darcy. Yeah, we're likely drawing a land, too. Darcy. I think I'm playing this no matter what. I mean, I guess... Yeah, I'm playing this no matter what. Ooh, Robber of the Rich. Card is okay. I think I want something else, though. Who wants to be my ring bearer? My little goblin. Who wants to be my wing bearer? I'm gonna braid this. I don't want to land. Paradise Druid could block this goblin. Okay, they're at 14. My board feels pretty alright. And we got... Oh. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? What does the blue one do? Seeks a card. Okay, well... Need to find something. Oh, this is my only sorcery. But that's a good thing. It means that I don't... I do need to find something. It means that I don't have to just throw my thing to death against Lyra. I still like that, having this being the ring bearer. That gives me double blue so I can dig through time. Right, because I've already made the treasure token. Okay, that lets me, like, maybe find an answer for this Lyra. But it's tough. Is it rude for you to play Big Black on stream or an unfortunate set of top decks? Why would it be rude? Ooh, do I want to... no, that's not rude. Think I want to make this appear this. It's just sometimes you get Meat Hook massacred into Grave Titan, you know? So they can pay for one, obviously. Do I want to... I think I'd get rid of Darcy here. Do I value... Because I value Snapcaster Mage plus Reflection of the Mirror Breaker. I think that's, like, one of the ways that we can actually win this game. That's the wrong magic card. I don't think I want this Darcy. I don't think I need this Darcy. That's what I should say. But I do need this Reflection of the Mirror Breaker. So we can Reflection Snapcaster Mage. Great. Oh, 1 second. I got the door. Okay. Am I worried about like blossoming defense? 2. I can dig through time. I don't need to do it now. I think I'm going to attack first. Well, hold on. I want to do it pre-combat so I get an attack. I guess I don't need to cast it yet. The pre-combat goes even on the mana. I think that's fine. Let's do this. Ooh. That's even better. Twins Basil. I think long term, this dig through time is going to find me cards that are better than the twins. This is like so bad if they have like a blossoming defense. They did not. Okie dokie. Love winning games. Magic. I notice my opponents sigh a lot. I mean, the mono, that's kind of the nature of the beast, at least for these kind of formats. At least for these kind of formats, right? It's just like if you're playing a deck that is looking to grind out and then naturally puts itself into top decking a lot, which mono black can do, gets itself to top decking, and then also just like has these draw engines or these value engines to recuperate, then yeah, naturally you're gonna run into more people where like nobody likes it when you're like, okay, cool, I've found my ground here, I know what to do, I feel like I have this game locked up, as long as they don't draw X, and then they draw X, and that's not great. I didn't even have the... But that's just like the nature of the deck. That's not inherently rude. I don't think there's anything... It's Magic the Gathering. And this is 1v1 with the intention of killing your opponent. There's nothing that's really rude, right? Your standard opponent concede to turn 1 Kumano? Damn. Omegard doing everything to not say the S word? Yeah. Fight me, HD. Also, is the untapped GG working? I had it all set up. It should be working. It's tracking my shit. Like all of my Mardu stuff was tracking. It's working. Good. Okay, great. I don't think you should ever call a card to get to Ember Coiler. Oh, sorry. That was our record from yesterday. Although now that I have this up, do I need it if the untapped GG is going to tell you? Because the untapped GG says that the record... Why can I click on that? Our record from yesterday was 5-2. Like, it tracked our record. I'm going to keep this hand. Yeah, I don't think you can ever put Coiler on a Magic card like that. Ooh. I think I like playing Darcy. Play Darcy, Unholy Heat their first play, and then untap attack Chart a Course. It's pretty good. Blood Moon is still illegal. Yeah, I think you can still make arguments that this card is not great, but Khans of Tarkir has shifted the format This was a part of the discussion internally too, is that like cons has shifted will cause such a large shift in like what you can do in the format that, you know, it's banning something like this, it would be a little reckless. It also is a card where what audience do you want to cater to, right? Like, I think you can make an argument for this card being like, it causes more of a discussion about like, what is the purpose of this ban list? And like, is it for, you know, the 20 people or so that play this format, like the 20 to 40 people or so that regularly play this format with the intention of like being as competitive as possible? Or do you say like, hey, this might not make a great player experience against, you know, for like thousands of people playing in the, like if it comes back to arena, for instance, you know. And I think there are valuable points for both of those. Like, you could be like, yeah, it's a smaller group of people, but these are arguably the more dedicated player base, and that they are the ones they're more invested in the format. And like, if this card's not killing people, then great. Like, it might create poor player experience, but that's just Magic the Gathering. Magic is full of getting got, you know? We drew the Royal Scions, which combos really well with Chart of Course and Dreadhorde Arcanist. Oh. I think they got to take this Blood Moon. Because right now, I'd get locked under Blood Moon, but it's a lot easier for me to cut out. I mean, maybe they don't, because they... like... they could have red cards that could just kill me. Yeah, and I think that's a thing to absolutely look at. But I don't believe Blood Moon punishes greedy mana bases. I think that Magic players need to remove the terminology. They need to remove greedy out of their lexicon when it comes to discussing cards, because it's just, they're not doing it right. I don't think playing, because for a variety of reasons. One, I don't think the fact that this card can punish 2-color decks is like punishing greed. And also just like, yeah, there should be, I mean, hold on. There should be a bit of a downside to playing 3 or more color decks. But why? And like, how much of a downside do you want to have? You know? Like, there is already a downside to playing 3-color or more decks. It's that you don't get to play these multi-pip cards at low cost, and our mana in this format is far from perfect, even with fetch lands, right? There's a bunch of factors that already just come at a cost. I was the starting player, so I'm just going to get this into play tapped. I think I'm going to name blue. I got this counterspell in my hand. Yeah, I want that. I just want a bunch of removal. What about a 4-mana enchantment that draws me a card for 2 life? Wait, 2 life for a single black mana? Oh, you mean the card Greed? Yeah, you can start talking about Greed more. Who doesn't love draw engines? Wow, they're playing monstrous role in their deck. Holy smokes. I want to try and find another land. Yeah. I think this is pretty good. I can alternatively just Unholy and keep up Counterspell. Although this getting exiled is pretty important, huh? Yeah, I think I'm going to exile this and just take some lumps here because I want to counterspell. Ooh, I already played a land. I have a lot of mana. I'm naturally going to draw more mana too. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, I don't want this to just kill me dead. That's so much damage. It's likely a bait spell, but it's a bait spell. Oh. Whew. Fucking jump scare. Jesus. Okay, we're gonna basically play out all of our cards. I thought this was here just because it was, you know, a red-white duel. Holy smokes. That's so funny. Do you want... Okay, that is an interesting question, and I'm curious to see how people answer. Where is it? Who initially said it? Let me find it. Oh yeah. Why do you want to punish? Why do you feel that it is necessary to punish? I mean, and I'm going to use punish as the word here because this is a constant thing when it comes to discussing cards like Blood Moon, Back to Basics, Price of Progress, all that shit. Is a way to like swat the hand. Why do you want to punish people for playing effectively 3-color decks? 3-color or higher? Like... I mean, it's out of our control as far as, you know, bolstering some of these strategies. But, do I want to keep this? Yeah, I think it's fine. But, like, there is incentive to play monocolor and 2-color decks, even when you have a mana base like the one that we currently have in Gladiator. Isn't it more of a tool to compete as mono or 2-color decks? Yeah, but... that's not like we're not really seeing that. Like monocolor decks and 2-color decks are great. 3-color decks is also not necessarily soupy. Once you get to 4 and 5, then we can talk. But I don't think Gladiator has a density of these broken cards to really push us into that territory right now. I'm gonna just stomp this card. We don't want legacy check piles like before Astrolabe was banned. Well, I don't think you ever have to worry about that. No, you gotta kill the goblin token too. Ugh. Damn, this card's so good. Jeskai Green irks me. But why? Why? And other people mentioning that they don't like the existence of like check pile and stuff. Why? Does it feel like it's boring or homogenizes what you're doing? Like I, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of the dominance of some of these 4-color decks, but I think that's not a product of like, I mean, partially a product of Triomes for sure, but it's also a product of these like best in the business haymaker cards being like, well, it's just incorrect for me not to play Minskaboo, you know? I think I want to bin. No, this draws me a card. And it can get me burn, which I don't currently have. Oh, right. I'm losing it anyway, so I should have binned it. I forgot that I cast this card. And I can't cast any of these, so great. A little awkward. We should be so much closer to Delirium. I gotta stop talking to chat about stuff like this when we are playing at a game. Part of it is that Blood Moon exists implying that there's a that it's there to stop a threat, and people feel like it doesn't actually stop the decks they think it should. Yeah. It's here, and so it has to be an answer for this. But it's also just like a card that we just kind of got. Oh, I'm not in a great spot. Drawing a bunch of lands will do that to you. But I think I could have... I mean, binning the 2-drop, I guess, would have been a little great to have happened for us, but... Yeah. Very confused by what this deck is. I mean, I know that there's I've seen the Jeskai Ascendancy. Whoa. Is this like... It's like Jeskai, Humans, Blitz... Which... Helping Hand? Yeah, I believe I'm dead. Do this to save on mana. Maybe threaten to do something here. Yeah, I believe I'm dead. Collection of creatures plus more removal spells. Pretty good. Oh. Well, they can't cast it. They wanted to protect their Heartflame Duelist. Interesting. Okay. Uh-huh. All right. There are other cards that lock out a game. Hold on. Lock out a game or end the game on resolution other than Blood Moon. Why single that out? Because ending the game... there's a difference between ending the game one way or another. Which is like why... Like the crux of this discussion is also just like... This card leads people to not... Like if this card leads people to not want to play because it feels like they're getting mucked. Their decks are getting mucked. Or whatever, then that's not great, right? That's worth looking at. And even if data doesn't necessarily back that, it is like the data we're pulling from, for one, is not really helpful. But two, like, I mean, we saw this with Pioneer, right? Karn got banned. Data was not showing that Karn was exactly everywhere or doing anything. I think you got to get Sacred Foundry here. dome, but I might want to have 3. All right. Didn't draw a land. Unfort. Don't know if I'm going to counterspell here. We'll get a creature down. It's a wizard, Harry. Oh, wait, that's from that movie. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Would really like to have drawn a land here so that I could have stopped my opponent from playing Magic. See, Blood Moon's fine. Oh, not the stupid steampunk monkey. Oh, fuck. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh. I guess I shouldn't do this on attack because they could have like a target attacking creature gets bigger. Holy shit. Please, I kept a 2-lander with a bunch of cards that churned through and did stuff, and just really need to draw a land. Yeah, that's fine. I'm begging you. Please. I think it's too late now. Yeah, this is just... Need a run back. Had the moon in opener. Yeah, I don't... Like, maybe we can... I play this, block that. Anybody that said screw beats flood, it's the most nothing statement in Magic. Where it's just like, that doesn't matter. It depends on what, it depends on the cards that they have. It's not like a hard and fast rule. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can win unless I like draw. If I draw a land, then I can like Snapcaster, or no, not Snapcaster. If I draw a land, I can maybe get back into this game, but... Screw beats flood and limited. Yeah, limited. Yeah, sure. Very cool. Very cool. Great example about if we draw Blood Moon. I don't think that game happens. Or sorry, if we draw a 3rd land in our deck that has plenty of cantrips, or draw a cantrip to find a land. We had a bunch of stuff. We had a bunch of stuff. Okie dokie. Well, should I keep 2 lands? I don't know. Sure. What you drawing? Drawing basic planes. Okay. Huzzah. gonna try and kill this card. Got a giant growth? No. I feel like they have a protective spell for this Lumimancer? Luminamancer? Lumimancer? Karugamesh? I think I'm just passing. This card doesn't do anything until they start casting spells. Isn't this like a teenager? What is Strixhaven like as a school? Is it like a, I know it's a college, but is I don't want to get got by this card, but I'm probably killing it on untap. I think I'm just going to kill this. It's a university? Oh, okay, there we go. It's a polymorph technic. Oh. What up, Sheevan? How you doing, bud? I'm worried that I'm just going to lose a Chandra, but it's also just like such a high upside. I could play it and then tick up. But I think this is okay. If they have a haste creature, then I'm goozled. They're a student. They're probably like 19. Is it like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet where your classmates include 7-year-olds and 70-year-olds? I forgot about that. I forgot that there's just like, I mean, hey, it's never too late to go back to school, you know? Going to strangle. Play this. Pick up for 2 red. Play a bloodthirsty adversary. And then play this. Strangle. Damn. Okay. I'm gonna try to shock this. They might have a pump spell here. I wish they would stop drawing haste creatures. Or at the very least stop drawing Ragavan. They could have other creatures. Ragavan's where I draw the line. Ooh. Well, let's see what you get. Yeah, it's my favorite human. Oh, that's a good magic card. Sorry, opponent. I drew my broken cards. I think I Mephit's Enthusiasm this, or try to. I want to get their protect. They have a card in their hand. They have like a pump spell, or it's a like Apostle's Blessing style card, something. I think they have something. I don't know what it is. I think that it might be like a +2/+2, or it's Monstrous Rage, right? It's got to be Monstrous Rage. Huh? Oh, Helix. Oh, it's Lightning Helix. Discard this Kenra for value. Ooh. Oh, I forgot to set up the draw step. That's fine. Yep. I do need another blue source. Having weird magic imposter syndrome? What do you mean? This card just like absolutely destroys Soulscar Mage, right? I think I want my first creature killed to be Karizev here. Losing a bunch and feeling like I don't have the authority folks put me in about the format. Well, if it means anything, one, everybody loses a bunch. Two, your position isn't necessarily dictated entirely on results. And that goes for basically any position when it comes to format, moderation, mediation, community growth, and whatever. So even if it's like, yeah, I get that everybody loses, but I'm the one losing, then it's like, well, then that doesn't matter anyways. And then the third and final thing is that, like, I mean, there probably wouldn't be the Gladiator. There certainly wouldn't be the Gladiator that everybody knows and loves without what you have done to help out the community and the format L. So, you know. And then fourth and finally, you're not important enough to have imposter syndrome. Please don't kill my spell dancer. No. Ooh, time to rob some rich people. Yeah, Bazinga. Dr. Karzan, welcome back for the 53rd month. Jesus Christ. Glad to have you. Good to see you. You needed that fourth one, honk honk. If you weren't important to the community, you wouldn't be privy to the information that you and a select few have seen, you know? There's nothing like an NDA to make you feel like, oh no, shit. What I'm doing matters. I'm going to Molten Impact here. I'm trying to think if playing this as my land is going to be worth it or not. I think I like keeping this as an extra point of damage to work with a Molten Impact. So I'm on the NDA tier. Are you? There's no way you're still on that tier. Please say psych. Yeah, okay. That tier. I'm reworking the Patreon for 2024. Like, actually reworking the Patreon. And I think the NDA tier is likely going to be there no longer. Okay, let's get a blue land. It hasn't drawn a single card. I'll make this trade. Okay. I need blue mana to cast my blue cards. Please give me some blue mana so I can actually play my... I mean, the red cards are doing some work too, but you know, the blue cards, that's where we get all of the value. Time to draw Blood Moon. I mean, yeah, Blood Moon would be great. Ha! Ha! Sibwow, stop! Holy shit. Very, very good. Very good. Tried to deny you your warrior's death. GG's. Magnetron Man, please fight me. Nice mono red deck. I should maybe go back to... I think I added a basic island, but I could add another one. I'm not really impressed with Forsaken Crossroads. But like, we're pretty weighed into having red anyways. Captivating Crossroads. I just think the ire coming to this screen. I don't think I don't think the Luminator is a playable magic card, even in Blitz, because it just doesn't do anything, and not like in the Kiln Fiend way. During the first 3 turns of the game, it enters the battlefield tapped if you were the starting player. As it ETBs, you choose a color. Add 1 minute. Yeah, this is much better than Forsaken Crossroads. How do I not own this? Oh, it's from Eldraine. Right. Your first 3, not the first 3. Yeah. Yeah, the Eldraine Alchemy. I remember when Eldraine Alchemy came out, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I like Eldraine. Maybe the Alchemy will be pretty cool." And the cards are sorry, Magnetron Man. Give me a second here. They sure exist. One way or the other. Maybe I should do. I own some of these cards. What the hell is this? Perpetually gains. Okay. I'll look at it in a second. I could do a recap of some of the cards that I've missed. I didn't do a set review because I wasn't playing Arena, but it might be a fun thing to do before the end of the year. The 3 Little Pigs seemed kind of cool, but it also seemed a little... It seems like something you'd want to flesh out beyond like a very small alchemy set, you know? Cerise? Ooh, I'll take a look at that. I'm gonna look in. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. I think I'm putting you... Or, well... Is it this? I think it's this. I'm going to value the evasive creatures here. We got the monkey. Well. Ooh, I'm trying out this card too. I've seen a lot of people play Thayan Evokers in... I saw it in a couple of Grixis lists, and I've seen it in blue-red. I want to try it out. It's always looked kind of interesting to me. I'm not tempo. I'm beep, beep, vroom, zoom, honk, honk, awooga. Yeah, so it's a 3 mana. It's a 3 mana 1/1 with double team. So when it attacks, if it's not a token, I make a duplicate of it in my hand, and then it loses the ability. And then when it ETBs, I conjure a card named Lightning Bolt into my hand, and then discard a card. Whenever you conjure 1 or more cards, you put a 1/1 counter on it. So it grows pretty quickly and fills your hand with Lightning Bolt. Various Lightning Bolts, which I think is pretty good. Very sad to see you have 0 mana when he had so much against me. I mean, this deck it's removal and cheap evasive creatures. That is an issue with this deck, is that sometimes you draw one half and not the other. Hopefully it gets smoothed out by some of the inclusions. Now I'm just going to die to Crucius. You got a Fatal Push, you got a Bolt. What you got? What you got? Yeah, Lightning Bolt's a pretty cool magic card. Enters as a 2/2, attacks as a 3/3, and then can get up to a 4/4 with the other one. Yeah, it's great. It's 1 card that makes 2 bodies if it gets to attack, and then obviously just like, I will convert a card in my hand to Lightning Bolt. Sure, why not? This card's a bit of a pisser. Ooh, well, I could get the Thayan Invokers down. I kind of want to do this. Do I just Cemetery Illuminator? I think they're going to cast this next turn. Or at least if they're not doing it next turn, this is 7 mana, right? 4, 5. They draw a land, they make another thing. They could probably, if not, they're not casting it next turn without some other thing, but like another like big Dark Ritual, I guess, could do it. But I do have to worry about this card because it's just gonna fucking kill me. So I gotta kill them, or I could save the Cemetery Illuminator. I could just play the Illuminator. The Illuminator trades with Crucius. It blocks Rahilda. It uses all of my mana, and it can let me cast burn spells for cheap off the top of my deck. If this is from any graveyard, and I have stuff in the graveyard, fine. I'm going to play this card. We got a land. Can't play the land. But we can... I'm dead if they get this back. I'm gonna just get rid of this troll. They got one card in their hand. If it's a removal spell, we're screwed. That's classic Gladiator. Some things never change. Like matches boiling down to whoever has the most removal. Okay, they're not doing anything. They're pitching this land. They're making a treasure. Hopefully they don't have a card in their hand. You don't let me reduce the cost on cards. You just let me cast the cards. I think I have to kill them. I'm getting the vibe that I've just got to kill them. You know? Get this double striker off the board. You can use your turn playing this card. I'm okay if they do that. We got more mana. That's what I want. That's what I want, baby. I get to draw a lightning bolt. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with this. Now we're going to the dome. I might even just idiot bird this triggered ability. In fact, I think it's what I'm going to have to do. Oh yeah. A brazen borrower? Oh, that's so funny. What if I... Bouncing this do anything? I could bounce this card. Then they just get to recast it, which is actually kind of bad for me. I think... Is it that bad for me? I mean, they get to play that again. What if I just reset Crucius? Just to get this going. I think I like what I'm doing here. Yeah, I think I like the Nimble Obstructionist plan. No. They told me I shouldn't be playing this idiot bird. Yeah, I don't want to bounce the Virtue because it lets them recast it and kill something. Like, this is like, I'm going shields down by doing this, but I have a lightning bolt in my hand from this. I have a flash card. Oh, fuck. Well, we know they're only hitting Dryad Disruption on our end. What the hell was that? Infernal Grasp? Oh, that's like actively killing them, which is kind of cool. This is for everybody that hates alchemy. This one goes out to everybody that just hates alchemy for no legitimate reason. Whoosh. It's not that bad. I still dislike alchemy. I mean, yeah, same. Would I prefer Gladiator as a whole if like alchemy wasn't a thing? Yeah, I think so, because then we could play Paper Gladiator. That would be cool. But we're not changing that. And I don't hate the alchemy cards. It's more the concept of alchemy that means that it's like really hard to actually just like help Gladiator blow up, because you know you can play in person. And I'm gonna keep this card. They're a 3-color deck. They're an expensive deck too, so Droid Disruption is probably pretty good. Love me an Oracle of the Alpha. I was actually thinking about playing it in this deck, and I probably should. You people gotta stop. I've had it up to here with this. I don't want that. The bird's extremely medium. Yeah, but it makes power 9. Banning Ragavan for competitive diversity's sake, because I'm sick and tired of seeing it on turn 1. Sick and tired of this magic card. Reckless Impulse. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, well, can't do anything about that. But I can block, hopefully, with a Fairy Mastermind. Please. You're a Mardu deck. What could you possibly have for 1 mana? Oh my god, it's working. Bone Crusher Giant, huh? I don't think resolving Blood Moon is that great here, just because it doesn't do too much. I think I Volatile Fjord, and then I try to catch them with a spell. I could, yeah, Volatile Fjord's also a little awkward. Ooh. That's a good card to kill. Volatile Fjord's a little awkward, but I like having another fetchable dual land. I could just play a Triome. I have it in there because it's a snow land. Triome is likely a bit better. The snow land works with some of the cards we have. We're like on Crap Crasher. Do I just want to chart a course for some removal? Kind of do. I need to get this card off the table. If I get this card off the table, then I can actually like Blood Moon them. Oh, cool. I forgot about this card. Yeah, I'm dead. They could save Lelia. Yeah, they could crack the treasures to save Lelia there. I don't think I'm winning that game. It's my favorite card. It's not fair. My opponent drew Canlander cards. And I drew the Gladiator cards. Well, Brainstorm plus a fetch plus some like pretty reasonable magic cards. Okay. Record up to date? No. Ooh. I should have maybe brainstormed to end a turn there. Yeah, I think I should have brainstormed to end a turn. We could just try to... Do you seek? Yeah, you seek.
Eggs! Eggs! E-double-G-S eggs!
I'm going to sacrifice my brainstorm fetch land synergy on the hopes that I'll find other ways of putting cards in my graveyard or fetch lands. Steam vents. Robber of the Rich. Yoink. Ooh, that's a good card to get. Agent Winter, welcome back for the 54th month. Glad to have you. Good to see you. How you doing? How you been? Thank you for all the support. Rahilda. Well, I can't attack into that. I can Molten Impact it, though. I would love to draw that Bloodchief's Thirst, but I don't think that's on the menu. Yeah. I could Brainstorm first. I kind of like Brainstorm with Darcy, though. But I do want to get this card off the table. This is like not a great use of my mana. Brainstorm is a bit better use of my mana. I guess I can Brainstorm here and then Darcy into a spell next turn. Ooh, okay. Well, that's pretty good. So if I go... I think like the Immolator's our weakest card here. If I do this... I draw the Otawara. This one. I like doing this because I don't think the 1 point of damage matters as much as like potentially just like keeping this Otawara as like a magic card. I don't know what this card does. Oh, this is the 7 dwarves one, right? ETB, conjure 7 cards, name 7 dwarves on top of your library. They perpetually gain when this creature ETBs draw a card, then shuffle. Beginning upkeep, exile the top card. That's sick. This card rules. I want to get down the Darcy, and I want to... do I want to do this? Do I want to play this Otawara? Has my mind changed? My mind's kind of changed. I guess I could see what they're doing. I want to get this card off the table. Yeah, sure. Ooh. Now it's my turn to monkey. Yeah, I could grab some... I guess I could grab some dwarf tokens. Oh, Molten Impact the monkey. If they Molten Impact the monkey, Lightning Bolt into... Holy shit. Okay, well that's pretty bad. We can Geist Blaster. Ooh, Arcanist is kind of hot, right? I mean, I only had... No, never mind. I got Brainstorm. I think I'm going to play this and keep up Memory Lapse. Borea. Thank you for the 500 bits. Wheeler, as professional as this your card is, man, what is your take on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list that just dropped a few hours ago? What changed? Okay, Sleight of Hand's good for churning through some of these cards. It also is pretty good with Dreadhorde Arcanist. I don't think I want this. I think I'm keeping up Make Disappear. Sir, I think I'm doing this. Yeah. I could also just draw. Maybe there's an argument to keeping the Warkite Marauder in my hand and then Geist Blaster, pitch it. Yeah, that's better. It would have been better for me to play the Geist Blaster, pitch the Warkite Marauder to seek a card, and then I could just draw, consider, and Sleight of Hand. I think that would have been stronger, but I'll just do this. This is by no means bad. We Memory Lapse them, and they didn't hit a land drop, so then I get to do this. Kind of like keeping Geist Blaster as well. Attack. They brought back Snatch Steal. Very funny. That card was like banned. Hasn't that card been banned for like, God, like 25 years? like that card got, I thought that card got banned when I played as like a child. Yeah, you can have a sword. Sword?
Wheeler, abusing magic.
Yeah. How dare you?
No.
Oh yeah, give me that magic card. Number one or more cards put into exile from your library and or your graveyard. Well, we get to do something cool. Haha. Cha cha cha. Mostly like doing this because we get to end the game with 6 cards in our hand. 3 of them lands. WotC officially announced that AI art is a no-no for them. Good, because they had it was a D&D thing, right? Mikhail, welcome back for the 10th or the 11th month. Excuse me, 11 months. That's almost a year. We're so close. That's kind of wild. You're going to hit. You subbed in January, so that means you're on like a perfect cycle. That's pretty. That's kind of beautiful. GG's Megatron man. What are we at? What are we at? 3 and 2. All right, Root Potato, please fight me. One of the D&D books had a piece of AI art. I have a very funny anecdote to share. I was given a D&D book to look through and to read. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I'm looking through this book that someone just had with them at the office. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. I really like the artwork in this book. Oh my God. Like, I'm just kind of captivated by the artwork that are in these pages. And then it hit me. I like the artwork because it's the fucking Magic D&D book. And it's just all Magic card art. It's just all Magic card art. And like, I mean, I like D&D art, but it was a very funny, like, wow, the art's incredible. I think I put Sleight of Hand on the bottom. Yeah, because I'm going tap land into removal and stuff. It's kind of cool. I'm not really a D&D guy, but I kind of just wanted to, I like looking at artwork and art books. And so while I'm not a D&D guy, I'm probably not going to ever play D&D. It was kind of cool. Kind of cool. I swear, if you fucking monkey, oh my God, you did it. Wow, you can't send that message and then this is your turn one. I knew they were going to do it. As soon as they were like, please go easy on me, I knew some shit was about to happen. What if we banned Ragavan? Don't ban Blood Moon, ban Ragavan. I mean, you could probably make an argument that Ragavan leads to more non-games than Blood Moon, but it's also just a one-drop that gets killed by a lot of stuff. Actually, never mind. Ragavan's like perfect. I don't think you should ever ban Ragavan.
Lord of Cinder.
Certainly not now. Impossibility Space. Welcome back for the 2nd month. Glad to have you. Good to see you. How you doing? How you been? Ooh, I tried to kill the Ragavan. I waited till their turn so that if they were going to counter it, they have to use their mana on their own turn. Is this the 4th turn 1 monkey? I think so. There's been a lot of turn 1 monkeys. 2 months in possibility space. Thank you for coming back. It's my favorite thing to say. No matter how pathetic it sounds, I mean it. I don't know how many more shocks this deck can play. Like maybe Pillar of Flame? I am on every single shock. Oh, I'm not on Torch the Tower. I'm not on Torch the Tower, and I'm not on Pillar of Flame. Golgari Enchantress? That sounds infinitely cooler to me than... I'm on actual factual shock, yeah. Golgari Enchantress sounds very cool. Simic Poison and EDH with Azuri as the commander. Oh, just like, are you casting the prologue card? The, what is it? Profane Prologue or something? Prologue of Phyresis? Reese's Puffs Prologues? Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, eat 'em up. I got Reese's Puffs in my bowl. Nice Jeskai deck. I'm gonna bounce this. Karl Zev is here. How mid-rangey is this deck actually going to be? You got a counterspell? Memory Lapse would be GG. Oh no, they're lightning bolting my thing. That's fine. This card at least attacks into Teferi pretty well. My Sonic OC, Karl Zev. Oh, that's a pretty good card. Pretty good magic card. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good magic card. Yeah. I could be on some of these dragons. They're just so expensive. And like I'm trying to be a little faster than that. Uh-huh. Yeah, I feel like that turn 1 Ragavan got them far enough ahead that I am a little goozled here. Spreading Seas. Scry 1. Well, it doesn't deal with the dragon. So I'm going to say no. It could draw me some cards, I guess, but I think I'm just dead here. What do you got in hand? You're letting this resolve? You're letting that resolve, but you're killing that? Very confused. Very confused. They got like a Spell Pierce in their hand? Like what's going on in your hand here? You just drawing lands? This will let them potentially Elite Spellbinder whatever I draw. That's fine. I think they likely have some form of counter magic that they're saving for my attempt at an answer on the Glorybringer. But yeah, this game is over. That Ragavan hit me twice. Nothing I could do. We tried to kill it. Oh, EI. Oh, fuck. Did I even put EI in this deck? I don't think I put EI in this deck. I don't think I put EI in this deck. Oh, fuck. I made this late last night. I was like, yeah, this deck rules. Spreading Seas should probably be EI. Ben, help. I can't think of a funny sub message. Have you tried honking a clown horn? That usually works for me. Thank you for the 54 months, Rob. Hope you're doing well. We can only ban cards if they beat you, if they're also like banned in, you know, Legacy. Yeah, I'm dead. I don't think I have EI in here. It is a little unfortunate. Ragavan is a little unfortunate in Gladiator. I will say that. It would be nice to have a format where you don't have to run into this card.
Abusing magic.
Yeah. How dare you?
No.
Yeah, we can kill a turn 1 Ragavan. We have a play to make. We have some instant speed shenanigans. I like this. Dalt and Pepper, good name. How you doing? How you been? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for subscribing and supporting the channel. I'm going to do this now because Root Potato is exactly the kind of person that would try to get me with a stifle. Work had been kicking my ass, but I got to play CDH for the first time in the past weekend. Glad of it. I mean, not glad that work's kicking your ass. Glad that you actually got time to, you know, participate in your hobby. That's pretty important. I think that's pretty important. Ragavan's really funny in Vintage. There's a Jeskai deck that can play Ragavan, but it's not that great. Ooh, they're pogging. They're pogging off. It's pretty funny to run into. Because, like, on one hand, you're like, oh my god, Ragavan in Vintage? Like, all of my opponent's cards are cracked. But then, like, every blue deck is, like, 4 Force of Will, 4 Lorien Revealed. Like, a bunch of Force of Wills, Lorien Revealed, and Force Negations and stuff. And it's just like, actually, this card's not, you know. Not great. Well, it goes off curve. I guess we could let them draw another card with this if I Vendilion Clique, and then we can Flame of Anor, but I don't trust them to tap out because they don't need to. Now they can cast a card on 3 if they want to. Like they could Lelia here. They could kill my Robber the Rich. If they kill my Robber the Rich, that's fine. Ooh, you're a wizard, so I'm going to develop this, keep up the Mana Flare, and then we can Flame of Anor. Yeah, if you hit their Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and obviously hitting Moxen and Lotus and stuff is pretty good, but it's just kind of funny how it's like, there's like a middle ground with the card. Yeah. I think I'll stream some Vintage. I'm really enjoying that format. It is a lot of fun. It's very skill testing. I love sideboards. And it's wild how there are all these cards. Get this. It is populated. It is heavily populated by cards that are messed up. In like Canlander and I guess Gladiator. Like, it's just so funny because, you know, you'll run into White Plume Adventurer, Seasoned Dungeoneer, Minsc and Boo, Oko, occasionally Renin 6, Urza Saga, all that stuff. But it feels fine. It's just like, yeah, this is where these cards belong. I haven't tried Timeless. I don't have the wild cards for Timeless. Get lost. Why are you doing this? Feel like I want to memory lapse this. They just draw it and do it again, and this isn't like a super big spell though. I think I let this happen. Get some map tokens. Yeah, I'll keep chart of course on top. Save this map token. I thought it was because Ragavan is less good because they will force it, but no, it's Ragavan is less good because instead of their mocks, you flip their force and it does nothing. Yeah, there's just, I mean, it's a combination of, kind of a combination of both. Ugh. I just want to draw 2 cards. I could try to protect this with memory lapse. Yeah, I'll try to protect it with memory lapse. Leave my Heartfire Immolator alone. I want this card alive so I can get the chart of course, but they know chart of course, so they might try to double removal it. They're a lot more control-y than I thought they would be. Your list is a lot more controlling than I expected. Oh, the boat? Okay, they're tapping out for boat. Let's put a map. What are you at? You're at 10? Oh, yeah. Oh, can I kill you? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9? No, I'm gonna... We got other burn. I'm gonna accept that the extra card is worthwhile. Draw these. That's big. Gonna play this and then pass. They could deck and stone this. I think they're kind of priced into doing that. I wish you were a wizard. I wish you were a wizard. Yeah. If they double kill my creatures, it at least uses their turn doing so. Snapcaster would be a good draw. Another bolt would be a good draw. Or another bolt type card. Hit me with the oops. Do they have like a tapped? Might have a tap land. Advisor. Here's a bird. Collector oops. I think I want to crack this. This might prompt them to try and bolt my Ledger Shredder. Oh, it's pretty good. I don't think I want to fire off this bolt. But I do want to play chicken. I mean, they know I have a bolt, so it doesn't do anything. Like, this is known information. They might do it to try to get me to bolt. Oh, I see. Put it on top of my library? Sure. Adarkar Wastes. Sphinx's Revelation. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. This is just control. You can't fool me. Your Chest Guide charm. Is it fooling anyone? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not buying it. They have Supreme Verdict and Teferi. You don't play counter and walkers in your blue decks? Huh? I do. But they're usually not 5 mana. Also Supreme Verdict. %. 100% a control deck. Alright, let's play Ledger Shredder. Likely story. Let's play a Fable the Mirror Breaker. Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch them with this. Watch this. They're gonna Snapcaster Supreme Verdict. I guess they exiled Supreme Verdict. I was gonna say, if they like Snapcaster Supreme Verdict or like cast Farewell or something. I played against a lot of red today. Yeah, I think every deck except for our first match. Oh god, I can't believe I'm not playing EI. Time is it? 1:41. I got a couple more. I think I got another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I am going to be on Let's Nope tonight. I'm going to be on Let's Nope tonight. We are playing more Lethal Company. Why am I not playing EI? I just forgot. We are playing more Lethal Company. Well, they tapped out, but they also get to untap with Teferi. And Carnosaur. Like, Where did they go? Did they mute me? Oh. 6 drop, eh? Oh. Decline. Blood Moon. Yeah, I don't know how Shivam of a game that is. If they packed a negation me, I'm gonna be a little pissed. But now they don't. They only have red mana. Island cycling. Then they just die. Yeah, I'm not pissed that they die. I'm pissed that if they packed a negation me, then they are absolutely not a mid-range deck. Huh. Yeah, no, it's more it's the cards that they're playing like, yep, mid-range. You're not mid-range, you're a low curve control deck. You're this is welcome to fetch lands and delve spells. I feel like you would piss yourself if you played Lethal Company, Shivam. Ooh. So, I have a counterspell. I have a card on 1, which is kind of... this card's alright. Importantly, I have actual factual counterspell. My mana's a little awkward. But I have removal for like a Thalia or a Mantis Rider. We got counterspell. We have Lavamancer. We have a creature land. It's pretty nice. Don't need to play out the Lavamancer on turn 1, I guess. Well. I'm pretty aggressive, so I like Lavamancer. Oh. Ooh. Alright, well, I found something to do with my mana, so I'm going to do this. Yeah, in the control matchup, it's good to get in the early damage. Kill my Robber of the Rich. Shaking my head. Elite Spellbinder. It's a bit of a pisser. Mhm. Yeah, they're making the change. They've changed the they made the changes to the creature types. Some of them more immediately, and then others are getting rolled out at a later date. The next set, right? Or like Modern Horizons 3, something like that. They took my unholy heat. Well, trades. Yeah, the Rakshasa have been updated. The Naga creature type is getting updated in MH3 for the first set of the year, sometime in quarter 1. And then I imagine that some of the other changes, like totem armor and to Umbra armor. Do I actually care about this card? I think I want to do this. Although it's a little awkward if they then kill my Lavamancer, so maybe I want to hold this. I should try to kill that, and they kill this in response. If they kill Lavamancer, it's okay, I guess. Ooh, no, this is great for me. Although Lavamancer does fight with Treasure Cruise here, but being able to play Kenra with the boon plus counterspell is kind of nice. And now we're technically up cards. If they Teferi me, oh, the orb. It'd be very funny if we just got domed by like a dig through time. Don't I want to maximize the boon? Yeah, it's probably should have been better. I was like killing this. I gotta tell you, I'm playing Gladiator, but I'm thinking about Vintage. Ooh, that's a pretty good card to draw. I think I'm gonna pass. Glad you're stimulated. Yeah, Vintage is cracked. It's so much fun. And it's so good. Oh my god. It's so good. And the decks on Magic Online are generally pretty reasonable. I think that they are some of the cards that are a bit pricey on Magic Online are probably going to, I gotta imagine that they're gonna drop. There's gonna do, you know, they'll run more MH2 drafts or whatever, and Saga will get cheaper, or, you know. Ooh, well, I'm going to counterspell. I'm going to play my Fairy Mastermind. It gets a big boon. One top, one on bottom. You can draw a card, and then I draw a card. Do I just want a Bugbear here? Do I want a Spell Spear? I kind of just want a Bugbear. Get some beats in while I can. You're kind of tired that magic's just becoming less grim and gory. Is becoming just less grim and gory and spooky. Didn't we just have a year with like body? Wait, aren't we just going to a set where it's all about murder? Like murder's the first name of it. And we did just have Mom and One, right? Which is pretty brutal. And then yeah, we got some stuff. Whodunit is not gory. Yeah, but we're going to what, Duskmorn? I don't know. I'm okay. I like having some of the hardcore, you know, stuff involved. But also like, wait, what do they do? You can draw a card. Like, I do enjoy part of the brutality. That's a lot of mountains. You want a couple more? I do miss the I miss like a certain rawness to some of the artwork and themes and depiction, you know? I found like you got that, not the like goofy old school fantasy style, but I feel like you got some of that in the like Alara to like Onslaught block kind of era. That would be nice to see. Mom felt marvelly. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a surprise that the Endgame set started development around the time that Endgame like came out or whatever. GG's root potato. Oh yeah, let me add this thing. That's just kind of Magic's jam though, right? Some sets have been, you know, some sets take longer to design. I'm not saying it's exactly what it was. I thought War was the Endgame set. I mean, why not both? Permission to ask a potentially poop-stirring question about a magic artist's behavior. Yeah, what's up? Do I have a fancy version? I do. Wow, wow, look at me go. I'm ready for playing whatever Timeless. I'm ready for Timeless. Fuck. The client lagged. Hi, Mulder. Hi, Boba. So what am I cutting? What am I... Do I have an opinion regarding Seb McKinnon and his apparent participation in the whole trucker thing? Yeah, absolutely. That dude can fuck right off. His art's great. There's a lot of great art. I mean, there's a lot of great art around there. I wasn't the big Seb McKinnon fan as far as artwork goes, but you can't say that his art's bad. But you can say that he should fuck right off. You know, mostly because how do you go to a rally where there's a bunch of neo-Nazis around you and you don't go like, maybe I'm on the wrong side of this, you know? Like, championing a cause that is also supported by some of the shittiest people you could imagine has got to, at least for me personally, if I was there and I was supporting that kind of thing, and I just saw a bunch of neo-Nazi flags and other like far right and fascist kind of iconography being waved and screamed at, I would probably have a period of self-reflection where I would be like, wait a minute. Am I on the wrong team here?
Magic.
How dare you?
No.
And yeah, I think that people should be held accountable for this, and that, you know, it's not cancel culture because that obviously gets brought up anytime this guy is being talked. Cancel culture isn't one thing. The public idea of what cancel culture is doesn't actually exist. It's being held accountable for your actions. And your actions were, I was photographed at a rally that I was supporting that featured a lot of neo-Nazis. And the punishment is you don't get to work with this company anymore because you were at a rally with a bunch of neo-Nazis. I shouldn't have kept this hand. And now I don't know what to do. I think I want to get this on the table. I bet I can get an attack in. Hold on. Yeah, I can get an attack in. Onbu, welcome back for the 7th month. Hello, being a bit happy belated Kissinger dying. Taken from us too soon. He was so young. You know? He was just a fucking kid. I mean, let's not harsh on Marv because it's understandable. Not everybody is in tune with every little bit that's going on, right? Like, if somebody if somebody's not on social media and all of a sudden they boot up Arena and see Konzatark here, and it's just like, huh? What happened? Oh shit. This is what happened. You know, that's, yeah, pour one out for Kissinger. Wow, we are so dead. This is kind of wild. I think I'm doing this into Imoen. It's also, I mean, if you weren't there in the moment especially, you miss a lot of like the aspects of this controversy that were very ethereal, right? Like when being what? Why? I'm not going to be in a bad mood about this. I did lose 50 viewers once I started talking about this, but that's fine. I'm in a bad mood because my opponent has a Shieldred in play and I'm dead.
The stars of 4 Kids will sing the national anthem.
Oh. What up? Goldfish. So thank you for the raid. Welcome, folks. Glad to have you. Good to see you. You get a live look at a man conceding to Shieldred. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, folks. Mimi Wheeler. We're playing Gladiator. If you don't know what Gladiator is, it's a 100-card singleton on Arena. No sideboard, no commanders, and the only companions are the ones in your deck and the friends you make along the way. I'm playing a blue-red beep beep vroom zoom kind of tempo, kind of play cheap evasive threats and kill your stuff. Yeah, this is a little land heavy, but I like it. Yeah, Setessan Champion is wild. It's one of those cards where you're like, wow, this card's better than I thought it was. And then you're like, oh, it's from Theros Beyond Death. Of course it is. Seth was getting people with Stifles and Timeless. See, that's the part of Timeless that is most appealing to me, is like that I could maybe be convinced to play something with like Delver of Secrets and Stifle. Although we don't have Force of Will, so that, or Daze, that loses a bit of punch. But stifling people seems kind of hot. You could play like Uro and Stifle too. Oh! Thanks, Uro. Alright, Thoughtseize, a little awkward. Although, I mean, if they play a Sithis, it's bad. It's really bad for us. But if they're... I mean, I'm a little worried if we just lose our Warkite Marauder here. Okay. So... I'm gonna play this. Ooh, did I get a thing that's extra scritchy? Yeah, this is fine. They're tutoring, but they know that I have the Vendilion Clique. I didn't want a V-Clique on their draw step because I kind of want to untap with this as a threat. And I feel like they are like an engine-based deck, so catching them at a spot like this is a little bit more appealing to me. Where now I get to find... What is this magic card? Exile a creature and gain a life for each boar. And ETBs, conjure a card from the book, 3 pigs. Boars you can... I'm gonna get rid of the removal. I don't know what that was. Okay. I am going to just go for the throat with this one. Oh, well. Well, you know, what are you gonna do? What are you... that's why it didn't kill my... Oh, joke's on you! Joke's on you! Okay, never mind. That Prismari command was great. Stifle the One Ring 3 times in a row. Oh, that's kind of hot. Oh, so like you stack up a bunch of counters, draw extra cards, and then you stifle your own One Ring trigger. That's pretty funny. I like that. Yeah, like Timeless has a level of degeneracy that's obviously appealing to me and the kind of stuff I like to do. My issue is that I have built my issue is that my arena economy is entirely based around the fact that I can only have one of any given card. That makes building up a Timeless collection a little difficult. And also, I just got into playing Vintage again recently, and Vintage really scratches my, like, busted card itch, you know? Where it's like, Timeless, there's a bunch of cool stuff. I get that Timeless would be good for content, for sure. But also, look, I went Cavern of Souls, Black Lotus, Seasoned Dungeoneer on turn 1 yesterday, and... there's not much that gets better than that, you know? Okay, we have a cantrip, we have a little removal, we have some threats. I think I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, a Vintage Friday Night Paper Fight would be a lot of fun. I think we could probably find a way to do that. I was thinking about that myself. It would be really interesting to see people that haven't played Vintage play Vintage. Because it's completely different from whatever you think it is. Like it is, yeah, it's not turn 1 kill. I mean, I did just describe the turn 1 Seasoned Dungeoneer. And I did win that game, but we played Magic the Gathering afterwards. A shockingly large amount of Magic the Gathering afterwards. I think I want this Geist Blaster, because... I don't know if I need all these lands. Sure, I'll get another 2 mana card. It would be so funny. Could you just imagine seeing, like... I mean, I'm going to go with Adam because I think that's the funniest person to do it. But could you imagine Adam just, like, Trinisphereing someone on turn 1? Like, or yeah, better yet, playing the Luris Bowmasters deck, the like blue-black Saga deck with Luris Bowmasters, like that would just be so wild. Ooh, Heliod's Pilgrim, a little scary, mostly just because it can tutor up a whatchamacallit? Pacifism? Or a kill spell? Oh, sick. Gift of Fangs? Love to see it. I'm actually okay with this because well, this kind of fights with what we're doing, but that's fine. Puts cards in my graveyard. Aha, now I have a 3/1. Really need to start hitting some lands though. Get James on the vintage night. Said in the past, James would be great at that format. Yeah, James, I think James would be, well, here's the problem. I said James would be good at vintage because at that time there was like a Library of Alexandria control deck with like mana drains and stuff. And like you can still kind of, like you could probably still play it. It's vintage, who cares? You could do whatever you want. Yeah, the Orcish Bowmasters with Brainstorm. I could kill this Pilgrim. I'm a little scared of this Cottage. Creature lands are a little tough for me to deal with. Especially this one. I mean, I could get Blood Moon. Blood Moon would be pretty good.
Gives me connections.
Oh, Amagart. Thank you for gifting to the community. Holy smokes. Gifted 3 subs to the community. And drum roll, please. Boogada, 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 boogada. To Regorn, Lol, Shay Avocado, and PK Jeff. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Hope it hits new folks. And 3 subs got gifted, and they went to Asthenius, Thraxamore, and Sibwow. Interesting. Okay. No. I got pigged. Okay, I don't think I'm going to cast this Karlach. I apologize to all the people that get hot and heavy over Baldur's Gate cards, but I need to hit land drops or else I'm just going to lose. And I might still hit land drop. I might still lose even if I do hit land drops. Well, I'm going to take this. I guess I'm going to take this. Then I can pass. I mean, well, the game heard me. Oh, you want lands, do ya? Ooh. That's a little scary. If it's Shieldred, we have a very clumsy we have a very clumsy way of killing it. If it's the One Ring, could be the One Ring. I don't know if they're playing One Ring in their deck. Could be just like a big ol'... No, don't. We have guests, chat. We have guests. Nope. Mods, can we delete those messages? Mods? Mods? How come we don't have any unban requests? You know, I was actually thinking about this recently. Is that we haven't had to ban anybody recently. Mods are on holiday break. No, I think they encourage it, which is kind of the kind of an issue here. Yeah, which one? Which one do you want? We do get to Blood Moon them, which is pretty exciting. We can tutor for any card, but they only have a black mana and a bunch of red mana. I'm not mods, but I've got one wrapped around my finger. How can I help? Feed the Swarm? Yeah, if they have Feed the Swarm, it's pretty good. I think I'm banking on them not having Feed the Swarm. Some would be real. I don't remember it. Well, that's pretty good. This is going to get them quite a bit of value. Although, I think I'm going to Obliterating Bolt this. Ooh, Nylea's presence is pretty nice. But they need to... Yeah, I'm going to Obliterating Bolt so they can't get this back.
Eggs! Eggs! EGGS eggs!
Don't really want to play this Bloodthirsty Adversary. Yeah, you got my bones. Red Herring. Welcome, welcome back for the 31st month. This is the greatest community out here. Out there. I think I need some meds. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. You know, we have one of the greatest communities around. Just in case they have the Virtue, Black Virtue. Am I playing this? Probably not. I kind of want to keep a card in my hand for looting. Long-time VOD viewer, first-time live viewer. What's this about clums I'm hearing? Three. What? Oh, but they don't. They have white mana. Holy shit! What is this magic card? I guess I should have looked at what the cards were before I killed all their stuff. Yeah, I should. I definitely should have looked at what this card was. That's. Ooh, oh, they have one.
EGGS eggs.
In my defense, I didn't know what the pig did. Yeah, you can get my card. I took a break. I didn't know what these pigs were up to. This is so fucked up. Like 2 mana, well, oh, that's a good draw. But I have nothing to do with it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think oh, and there's a shield Druid on top. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. I'm dead. Yeah, taking advantage of the elderly. Back in my, that's it. I'm going back to vintage. Jay Vagabond, welcome back for the 53rd month. Here's to 53 months of lurking and VOD viewing. Glad of it. Yeah, friendly reminder, everything gets uploaded to the YouTube. You can check it out. Please check it out. It's a shockingly reasonable source of income for, you know, this full-time job. Yeah, if I had known that the pig was going to exile, I thought that it would just be the whatchamacallit. I thought it would just be like a draft book of pigs in Magic the Gathering. I mean, maybe it still is. Yeah, I don't know what that pig is. I don't know. All right, I'm going to learn what these pigs are. That's my favorite animation studio, by the way. Pigs are. Pig. I refuse to learn what pigs do, though, in honor of my unfortunately dead dog. First little pig. So it's 1 and then a hybrid green-white for a 2/2. You can pay 1 and a green-white to exile artifact or enchantment. Activate only once. That seems okay, I guess. Second little pig. Oh, it's got a hat. 1 in Orzhov. 2/3. Pay 2 and then 2 hybrid Orzhov. It perpetually becomes a boar spirit with base power toughness 4/4, gains flying. Activate only if second little pig isn't a spirit. Okay. And then third little pig. This one. That's so cute. I wish these cards were in paper. I mean, this is just the alchemy. This is the classic alchemy. It's just like, well, I wish I could have these cool pigs in paper. One and then a Golgari for a 2/2. Whenever you conjure one or more cards, through little pig perpetually gets +1/+1. Also works in the graveyard. Interesting. And then Pigment Storm. 5 mana sorcery. Deals 5 damage to target creature. Excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. Okay. Huh. This one seems a little like out of the loop. I don't know what it has to, like, I get the first, second, and the third. It wasn't so much a storm as it was like a wolf that was huffing and or puffing. Very odd, but you know, what are you going to do? Okie dokie. Lesbian punk pyromancer, please fight me. If you don't mind. Is there a pig herder? Oh, maybe I don't own the pig herder. What was the wolf huffing? Let me tell you this: if the wolf was a zoomer, he'd probably be huffing his own. No wait, what's a better joke? There's 2 ways we could do this. One is that we go, boy, I'll tell you one thing: if that wolf was a millennial, he'd be Huffington Post. Am I right? Or 2, what do you mean? Keeper didn't even say anything. He just went, ugh. Or 2, we could go, if it was a zoomer, he'd probably be huffing from a vape. Am I right? I mean, I guess that's the same thing. Fuck. People in this community play a deck that is not aggro one time. Challenge impossible. Challenge level impossible. I mean, I guess Al just played like a Kiefer on this one. Oh yeah, they were terrible. They were bad. Oh, sorry, that's right. Root Potato did play hard control. So I gotta give it up for them. Root Potato did bring hard control. I could Fable here. That seems bad. I think I want to do this and then pass with Counterspell up. I might just lose to this. I need to find a bigger spell. I mean, I could also melt through with Kicker. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Use my mana. Get this card out of here. Thayan Invokers is actually going to be pretty hot if I draw a land. We didn't. But getting Thayan Invokers down. Discard this idiot bird. So now they're kind of priced into equipping to get it out of bolt range. Or they could play land and pump. Whoa. Are they like Mardu tokens? What is going on? I'm going to attack. This double team conjures another one into my hand. This becomes a 3/3. And then still haven't drawn another mana. But now I can... My opponent's also mana screwed. But welcome to Gladiator in 2023. Cards are cheap and effective. Arguably, my deck needs more 1-drops. You know what would be a sick deck? Or a sick card to add to Arena? Flame Slash. Would love to see Flame Slash. And I mean, we're getting Wild Slash, which is just a shock, but you know, it's worth mentioning that we're getting another shock. But Flame Slash and Roast. Yeah, Roast is great. 5 damage. Ooh, nice Shieldred. It'd be a shame if I dealt 5 damage to it. The Sorcery 2 divided. Sorcery, like Arc Trail, like 2 and 1, or Fork Bolt, 1 mana to deal 2. Okay, this might seem a little odd, but I'm going to play... Well, I'm getting rid of the twins here. Or, well, am I getting... They're at 17. Oh, rude. I'm going to be a little defensive here. Obviously, this Bowmasters makes my Fable a little worse. Wish Shieldred wasn't so expensive in paper. I genuinely had no idea that card's $100. Like, real talk, that card is $100. Attacks. If you attack with creatures total 6 or power, make a goblin. You're not attacking with total 6 or greater. So you can attack if you want to. I could not believe it. I mean, maybe I looked at like a very specific spot that doesn't give me all of the information. I could bolt this because then I can Snapcaster Bolt. Yeah, I should bolt this. I'm going to want to get this card off the table anyways. Let me double check. Well, that's a pretty good magic card. But I don't think I want to play it just yet. It's pretty good, but they actually have game actions that they could take. Maybe I should get it on the table just to prevent them from unlocking their hand. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Let me just moon ya. Then I'm going to pass. I kind of want to keep both of these back, just in case. Just in case. Shieldred the Apocalypse. Oh, apologies. I'd like to apologize to everybody about the quoted price for Shieldred the Apocalypse. When I said Shieldred was $100, I meant Canadian. Most of these have Shieldred at $100 American. That's too much. It's too much. Snapcaster. Lightning Bolt. Even in Europe, it's like €80. And the Europeans have a healthy relationship with this game, which is wild. Well, maybe not people in the UK, but outside of the UK. I mean, they get like sunlight and stuff, and they're able to play like a reasonable amount. Yeah, I picked up a paper Shieldred pretty early. Honestly, I think that my price might be because Shieldred was the set that people didn't really open. Yeah, I could see that. Dominaria United was a weird one. I've always been kind of medium on the Dominaria sets in general. Like the OG Dominaria, that was my big like hey, I'm actually not a huge fan of this set. I'm gonna EI and then try to hit a land. Ooh. This goes into my hand. This goes on the bottom. This gets exiled. Singleton format, by the way. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need to go up to 100 card Singleton. Vroom. Everything loses hexproof. Monkey. Would it have been better to just play Fable the Mirrorbreaker? Yeah, for sure. Was it funny that they made a comment about Singleton format where they drew Ragavan and then I had my Ragavan? Blood Moon, good card, by the way. Unplayable in Gladiator, by the way. Yeah, DMU is a great limited set. Not my cup of tea, but we've covered that before. But like, yeah, I don't know. Original Dominaria and certainly Dominaria United here felt very much like it's the closest thing to like it's the Magic equivalent of like a reboot, like a movie reboot of like old TV show or like an older movie where it's like, yeah, I guess this is fine. It wasn't bad, but also this was not like, it didn't really capture what it used to have, you know? Maybe I'm not articulating this well enough. There's no way Blood Moon is unplayable. No way. Unplayable is such a strong word. It's certainly worse than, you know, it is in other formats, but unplayable is such a strong word to use. And I've seen you played Three Little Pigs. Like, also, yeah, I had monkey. Now I don't have a removal spell to go with the monkey. Oh, that's pretty good for me. I mean, they block reasonably well. Do I want to do this? Vendilion Clique's not really doing anything in this matchup here, at least against this Bitter Blossom. Give me a loot. Give me a loot. Ooh, I like that card. My win con. If I had $1 for every time, I don't know why this keeps happening. Oh, we need to hear the voice lines? Right, hold on. Everything to 0. And then this to max. Okay. I kind of want to just kill this with the Hardfire Immolator, but let's see what we draw.
I will learn what nobody yet knows.
What does that mean, Will? What does that mean? I could grab you. The monkey's not even that good here. I'm more scared of the day-night flipping. You know? I don't think on crop, because I want to have lands. I need to hit my land drop so that I can reliably dig an EI. I think I'm just going to Immolator. No, Immolator. I don't give a shit about this card. I think I Illuminator. Whatever I play feels like it's getting killed. I can play Immolator and then just like worst case Ontario, I can blow up the Brutal Cathar. That's their voice? Yeah. You haven't heard it? I will learn how to crystallize the knowledge. Rowan, quickly, give me your parents. Rowan, quickly, I need your credit card number. I need I need the 3 digits on the back. If I don't get your credit card number.
Stay away from my brother.
Get out of my swamp. Quick, Rowan. What street did you grow up on? What was your first pet's name? Rowan, you need to include unique characters and, if possible, numbers, letters. You need capitalized letters, lowercase letters. You need... This sucks. This bit sucks. This also
I've
sucks.
conquered entire plain. Shake down the locals. Cities will be easy. Your punishment is my entertainment.
Oh, fuck, there's too much. Wow, the Devil Token really makes this Ragavan crap.
Let us plan for the trials ahead.
There's a trial. Rowan, you gotta help. They've got some dirt on me. I can't go back to jail, Rowan. Rowan, I'm too cute for jail. They're gonna fucking eat me alive in there. I want the Snapcaster Mage. I'm gonna put that, and I'm gonna exile this. And I think I'm casting Lavamancer. Rowan, they say they got dirt on me, but I swear to fucking God, it's nothing. They've got nothing, but they're threatening me. You gotta believe me. Is this game proof that Ragavan's bad? In this essay. Oh, Lurse is annoying. That's pretty good. Not right now, but you know. Damn, they're like Mardu token. They're like Mardu aggro.
By coin or carnage.
Coin
Tribute
or
is owed.
Tribute. Decline. Decline. You can
Defy
do this.
me, and you'll lose everything.
Madness consumes you.
I need a hand, Will.
That's a line I haven't heard in a while. That's a line I haven't heard in a will. I think I need to tick up on you.
Strike fear into the hearts of the wicked.
Maybe I should have waited. Hiya. You have a heart of gold. Okay. Bam. That's good. We like to see that.
Well, now, you've gone and ruined all my fun.
Gonna do this.
No one beats me and survives.
Play Cemetery Illuminator. Guess this Brutal Cathar. Play this. We're in a bad spot. We're in a very bad spot. Like, fuck. I was trying to think of a... Oh, that's pretty good. I was trying to think of another character on... All right, it's off, everybody. It's off. If you let the stream already, you can come back. They'll hear that, right? Viewers have only gone up. No, we dropped 50 viewers from turning on the voice line. It's unrelated, but it wouldn't be a Wheeler bit if I didn't mention it, you know? I tried to do like a Mr. Krabs as Obnixilis, but then I couldn't remember anybody that was on Capenna. Like Vivian and Elspeth were, right? But I can't remember, like I don't remember any other, you know. Urabrask? Definitely forgot about Urabrask. Holy shit. Hoarding Broodlord? I feel like we might actually be able to kill them. I need to get this off the table, which I don't have that right now. I can kill this Broodlord. I loot. Discard that. I mean, we're in a pretty bad spot here, right? We drew the creature part of our deck. But we are threatening to ult Will and Rowan. And this Ragavan could at least block something. They have Winota? Holy shit. Why do they have Broodlord in the deck? Do they have Broodlord for Winota? No, that doesn't work. I mean, that's kind of wild. Got a lot of triggered abilities here. Adeline is kind of funny. Adeline plus Mishra. My opponent's deck is wild. And Judith. Okay, I'm dead. It's like Mardu creatures, Mardu tokens, Mardu midrange aggro. It's kind of in a it feels to me like it's Mardu tokens, but that, you know, we make tokens from our creatures, you know. It's clearly control. Well, they did play a bajillion drop dragon. Yeah, sure, I'll keep. Oh, I don't have the voice lines anymore, so I don't need that. How does one find Gladiator games? When it's not on Arena as an official format that you can play. I mean, official. When it's not on Arena as a format you can play. There's a Gladiator Discord with tournaments, leagues, pickup games, deck lists, advice, whole bunch of stuff. That card's pretty good. I think I want a sleight of hand because I want to find lands. I mean, they're both seeing 2 cards. This is, if it's not a land, I'm getting rid of it. And I guess Mercurial Spelldancer sleight of hand is better. Well. Unfortunately, we don't get the high roll. Francisco Foul Marauder. You could do the like Walking Ballista deck with it, right? The Agatha's Soul Cauldron. I'm going to be at MagicCon Chicago. Yeah, I'm going to be bringing a Canlander deck, a Commander deck, probably a Pokemon 99 deck. Ooh, that card's pretty good. So, I'm going to take action. I think I want to save this for when they double spell. So I'm going to sleight of hand, and I'm going to try to draw 2. I'm going to try to draw first 3 turns and it's battlefield tapped. It's not my first 3 turns. I do want a land. Ooh. That's pretty good. Blue. And then I'm going to pass. I can flash in this, or I could obviously Prismari Command or Memory Lapse, whatever they play. Timmy Daisuke, welcome back for the 16th month. What up? How you doing? Ook ook indeed. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Thank you for the support. And a many ook ooks to you too. Oh. Oh. Huh. Well, 3. I feel like I want to Memory Lapse the Casualty. I want to Memory Lapse the Copy, so I don't have to deal with 2 of them. And then now...
Abusing magic.
Yeah, they can make a token and then they lose it to my Spell Dancer. Or they could plus and then they can lose it to Prismari Command. Okay. I think I want to attack this. And then I want to... I think I just want to play a land and pass. Spectral Adversary. It's really bad if they like Winota me. I sacrificed that to get that. Yeah, I think I just want to get a bigger evasive threat in play. Ritz, thank you for subscribing and supporting the channel. That means a lot to me. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Yeah, if they bring... Or sorry, if I bring Canlander, Commander... Oh, and I'm bringing CDH. That's important. I'm bringing CDH too. I really don't want to kill the devil because then they can do this. But they did it anyways. I don't want to kill the devil. I could have Spectral Adversary that at combat, but like there are bigger things that maybe I don't want to. Maybe I do that because it uses my mana, and if they play a big thing, I can Prismari command it. I don't know. I guess I have to be thinking about exactly Diabolic Intent, and I'm trying to think about cards that they might not have played. Well, I'm still going to use my mana. Oh, we could have adversaried our thing. I thought this thing can target only their stuff. Oh, I misread my card. Misread card. What's my CDH deck look like? I have Kinnan and I have Atraxa Food Chain. Yeah, if I save my Spell Dancer, I think I'm just winning this game, but that's okay. I'm not playing very well because I'm tired and we've been doing this for 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours? 3 hours, 40 minutes? Yeah. But we could still just like threaten to kill them. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13 damage on board / in our hand. But yeah, if we adversaried our token, I mean, maybe they tutor differently, but then we still get to untap with the Spell Dancer. Would have been better than just having this. Although Prismari Charm is not exactly, I mean, it can be pretty good. Just let you churn through additional lands, like we could churn through the Delta and stuff. But. Oh fuck, it's 3 o'clock. Yeah, this is probably my last game. Probably my last game. Because I have to go run errands and then I have to be back for Let's Nope. I don't know how long. One of my VODs play like for 15 minutes. Yeah. I don't know if 15 minutes are going to help. But it would be worthwhile taking breaks. Excuse me. Yeah, we're playing Lethal Company tonight. These times are having an impact on my measures. Huh? If their hand is just a bunch of removal, then I don't think I'm winning this game. Unless I draw Dig Through Time or Cruise. March of Otherworldly Light. They pitched Ellisil Core. Okay. Timing on this is a little weird. Oh. Cruise gets restricted and timeless. Treasure Cruise is a unbelievable Magic card. Like, it is more often than not just Ancestral Recall, which is pretty gross. Beseech the Mirror, huh? Also got to worry about this, like, Den of the Bugbear. It's a little scary. Good thing Lure stops you from playing it. Yeah. Yeah. That would be a good thing to do if I recorded deck techs. You know? Like recording a deck tech or recording a... Like if I had a series of recorded videos that I could play. Immolator. I do like Heartfire Immolator. I feel like they just got Meat Hook Massacre, right? Yeah, I'm not going to play into it. Not again. Not again. They could have also just gone to Kill Spell. Put in podcast episodes I'm on. Ooh. The problem is that I am not the only person on one of those podcasts. I mean, I doubt Sheevan would actually care. Yeah. It's a pretty good draw. One, two. Do I want to play this fetch? Yeah, kinda. I think they could have also... Maybe they found Orcish Bowmasters? Like... 1, 2, 3... I'm trying to think of what they could have had. 4, 5, 6, 7. Blue mana. If it's Bowmasters, I feel a little glad with the cards that I have in hand. You're exiling this. Lose life equal to that creature's toughness. Ooh, do I just juice my guy? Wait, hold on. Do I just juice my guy? You're at 9. And this puts you at 7. And this goes to 4. And then I could put them at 1. I think I'm going to do this. Deal 2 damage, make a treasure token. 2 to me. I make a treasure token. I could loot to try and find a bigger card. If they have Orcish Bowmasters as well as this, which I like, then wow, I got fucking got. Come on, burn spell or haste creature. Okay, that's fine. That was a really bad treasure cruise. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have gone aggressive. Ooh. Well. Yeah, Yeah, that's pretty good. They go up to 4. That's a good draw. Discard a card. Discard this. I'd like to bounce this token. I would like to lightning strike.
Let the
And I would
sun
like to kill
shine
you.
upon this Lord of Cinder.
I don't think I played it that well, but we got there. Even with 2 lands, it's P good. Malik, welcome back for the 2nd month. What up? How you doing? How you been? Glad to have you. Good to see you. Cast 1 mana, draw 3, complains about it. You're allowed to do that. If you've cast as many Ancestor Recalls as I have in my life, you're allowed to complain about the ones that aren't good. All right. I'm a tired mom with a soft serve, I'll tell you that. GGWP. Yeah, that Winota was pretty sick. That was wild. Just came out of nowhere and killed me. That's the way you love to see it. All right, I'm gonna call it there. Thanks everybody for watching and tuning in. That's not it for me today though, because in 2 hours I'm going to be over at twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun, where we are going to be playing Lethal Company for Let's Nope. And yeah, it'll be great. It's myself, Serge, Adam, and Ben. So go check that out. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun. What else is there? Card Kingdom sponsored the channel. Mana Trader sponsored the channel. There's a 2.5 hour episode of Shima We Love Magic, all that jazz. You know, all the cool things. There's a YouTube that you can look at. Yeah. All right. Let me drop you folks off somewhere. What? Is everybody taking today off? Where are the people? Where are the magic people? They're the magic people. Hey, speaking of magic people, and speaking of Lethal Company, if you like Lethal Company, I did a Lethal Company stream last week with myself, Voxy, Krim, and Amy, the Amazonian. And it was great. That's on the YouTube channel. And Voxy right now is playing Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver Nuzlocke or Challenge or something. So let's go over and say hi to Voxy. And if you can get a jab in, that's like, it's so cool to see my favorite Hearthstone streamer branch out to games like Pokemon. Okay, bye. See you later.